Hi everyone. So this is just a continuation of my previous video, which was about how the thoughts originate in the mind. And in continuation to that, this video is specifically dedicated to what is the importance of planting good thoughts in the mind. And when I say planting good thoughts, means that it's it is possible for us that we can deviate our mind towards the good thoughts. um Saying that, okay, so there's a minute difference actually. uh it's actually impossible to control our thoughts. We cannot control the thoughts anyhow, even if we try as hard as we can. But we can surely decide our thoughts, or we can surely deviate our mind towards the thought we want. Okay, how this is possible? Okay, like if we are consuming the thoughts originate, as discussed in our previous video, thoughts originate from the data. And data collection, or data, whatever the data we are feeding in our mind is dependent on us. So if we are changing the data, then the thoughts will also change. So in short, the crux of this is that if we change the data which we are feeding into our mind, we can change the thoughts which are coming up in the mind. Okay, like for example, when we see any web series or when we watch any movie, the same or similar thoughts come into our mind in for 1 or 2 days, from watching the same web series. Like for example, if someone is watching a lot of Korean or love series, then the romantic thoughts comes into his or her mind. So thoughts cannot be controlled, but what what is the category of your thoughts, what type of are coming into your mind, can definitely be controlled by controlling the data which you are inputting into your mind. Okay, so this is the first point. Next is that, uh, like, what is the importance of feeding our mind with the good thoughts? If you're not feeding, what will happen? So here I would like to mention that if if someone is not taking good care of what data is he or she is inputting into his mind, then if a person is neglecting this, then mind is like a land. If we sow good crops here, in the harvesting season we'll be blessed with lots and lots of grains. But if you're not sowing anything, or even if we are not if so first of all, we take the case, if you're not sowing anything in this land, the result will be coming up of weeds. And if you're sowing something, like for example, karela. So if you're sowing something, अरे लोग क्या बोलते हैं? अरे, okay, sorry for interruption. I use Google to get the English for karela, which is called as bitter gourd. So if you're planting bitter gourd, then we'll get the crop similar to that. Okay, I hope I made my point clear. Okay, and if I missed anything, let me check if I missed anything. Okay, and one more thing, like, what is the benefit if we are feeding our mind with the good thoughts? Okay, so everybody, so life is like this, some highs and some lows. So whatever the information, or whatever the data, or whatever the experience learning we gain during a high times, will definitely come in use when we are in the low time. So it's not that when we are in the low time we can collect information, or we can gather information to fight back. So because the only best thing we can do when in our low times is that we can only observe what we are facing through. Okay, like for example, whenever we are facing a difficult situation for the first time, either we have to take the help of someone experienced, or we have to learn from our mistakes. So if we are prepping our mind in a high times, in high times, we are gathering good information. That information and that experience, that good data will come in a place, will help us when we are at our low times. So this is the importance of feeding our mind with good information. It is a very well said quote in Hindi, युद्ध की तैयारी युद्ध से पहले करनी होती है. Like, when we're in the battleground, we have to prep for it before the battle, not Okay, like when we're in the battleground, we have to prep for the battle before the battle, not when in the battleground. In the battleground, we only have to fight. So this is the thing. That's all for now. I guess I've covered everything as per my experience and knowledge. Uh, do please come up with your questions if there are any. And as we already know, my experience is limited. So I'm just trying to learn and gather much experience and try to learn as much as I can. So yeah, thank you so much for watching.